All right, we are here. What's up, Robbie?
Hi, eBlack. How you doing?
Oh man, so you was on. This might be risky, right?
Yes, I was. It was a good time. Good time had by all.
Now, how did that come about? Just the precursor there.
He had wanted to do a show with the ladies, and he hit me up. He asked me if I would be down, and I was with it. Hamp is a pretty good dude. I've been on his panel a couple times, and it's
Hmm.
always been good conversation. So I said, why not? Might as
And,
well.
and then, did you know the rest of the participants who was going to be there?
Uh, excuse me. Not at first. Not when I agreed. But when I found out everybody else was gonna be there, I was with it. I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Was that a last minute thing, or was that kind of like?
Nah, it definitely was planned in advance. I actually leaked it a little bit on one of the shows. He was like, I didn't even tell nobody else. So I was like, damn, my bad.
Damn.
It be that way sometimes.
So okay, so you get on the show, and if you don't mind me kind of sharing the news, you're a little nervous, from my understanding.
Yeah, a little bit. Listen, the ladies in these sectors could be slightly vicious. Y'all know I done had a lot of little run-ins and kerfuffles with these girls. So I know for me, I can always keep it professional.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, I can always keep it professional. So you never really know what you're gonna get when you mix a whole bunch of other people together. But the ladies was dope, and it was definitely a good turnout.
Yeah, I actually like it in regards to like when we talk about content creation, this is what I call content creation. Stuff that you can go back and you can decipher, you can have the the core view of the content creator is actually being projected to the audience. You know, you don't know who's you don't know like a lot of times open panels can be really messy and people are jumping from subject to subject, but this was really good because it really kind of the whole idea was to get female content creators within the I guess black manosphere or relationship sector to come together to have a conversation in regards to the space that they were into. Now, you are the unique person out of all the group of people. You're probably the longest tenure, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'll just be chilling. But yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I would. I think maybe Pressure's been up here a little bit longer than me, but I'm not sure. I'm not fully familiar with her body of work.
yeah. Yeah, me neither. I know of Precious. Of course we know Lucky, Lady Di, and then of course Sherelle and Love is a member of Hamp's camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, out of all of them, you probably I would say are probably the most. I would say you predate the sector from the videos that I've seen you on. You predate the sector.
Don't tell these people that. eBlack, I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'll be in the cut.
What's up, Moxie? I see her, girl.
Hey, Moxie.
But so yeah, you know, so before we get into that, we're gonna cover this. What was your after the fact? What was your feeling about the panel? What did you think about
I was very relieved. I
it?
was very
Okay.
relieved that everybody was able to have a great conversation, even though perspectives may be slightly conflicting. I was happy that everybody got their points across and people were super respectful of each other,
Yeah.
even when people were about to overtalk each other. Oh, I'm sorry, my back. I had you speak. I think
Hmm.
that was dope. It was kind of nice to be on a panel where there was like one mic and everybody could be heard and hear each other. That needs to happen more frequently in these spaces.
Yeah, I think the one thing Hemp really does is he has a really good knack for allowing the conversation to flow, even when it may be going off. But then he'll say, "You know what? I'm gonna let this go off for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go straight into something else." You know, he really conducts a panel really well, and it shows in the when he produces content like this. And even in his open panels, I could see a lot of the good stuff. Sometimes I could tell he's just like, man, look, y'all just go ahead. If y'all want to be kids in the playground, go ahead, you know. But then when I see this, it lets me know that he's really more on top of the game than people give him credit for, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I was very humbled to be invited as a panelist, and I think he's doing really good stuff over there. The conversation, some of the talking points all the time I'm not in alignment with,
Yeah.
but it's always good to hear people give their perspective, and he does have the tendency to make people stay on a respectful path, so that's always a good thing.
You know what I really appreciate is, like I said, when somebody really doesn't, like, he's not gonna bleed the dead horse with open panels. He's actually trying to produce content. And that's the great part. You know,
Yeah.
like you can see somebody, they're doing well, they're making the money, but then you, okay, give me something uniqueness about you. And I think this was a great attempt. I give him props. I've been trying to figure out a topic to get over there on, but I mean, either it's the certain people that be on the panel or the topic I don't feel like I can contribute to. It's it's like I said, when it comes down to it, what do you like, especially as a content creator, when you join other people's panel, what are you contributing? Are you getting something out of it? Those type of things. And I've yet to kind of get to that point. Sooner or later I'll get over there. Today they had a good subject, but like I said, the goofies was over there, so I was like, fuck.
So this is a thing. I understand your logic, and a lot of people have that logic when it comes down to YouTube.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it doesn't really matter if someone is on a panel that you don't necessarily have the patience for, because that's when self discipline comes into play. As
Yes.
long as somebody doesn't play themselves out of pocket on a panel, I could sit up on a panel even with Lil Satan. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't presently. He's unavailable for panels, but I can sit on a panel with literally anybody as long as they're being respectful. It is what it is. But if they come out of pocket, then that is what it is too. You know.
I definitely agree. I agree. My thing is this. I have a reputation that I'm really trying to get away from, you know. So I'm really trying to be more like, people still don't understand how smart and intelligent I am. So I'm trying my hardest to really, you know, get my way out of the goofiness, you know, because it's
Like,
like I have a bad temper, and I know I shouldn't be in everybody's face.
see, this is the difference between me and most people. I'm going everywhere because in order to change
Hmm.
people's perspective, first of all, they have to see you. One thing I
Yeah.
found very interesting on that panel was people in the chat was trying to
Oh, they was in the chat.
they was
They was
chatting.
in
The
the
chat was
chat.
chatting.
The
The
chat
chat
was
was chatting.
chatting.
But the gag and the drag of it all was that I wasn't even looking at the chat. People sent me screenshots after the fact. I was like,
Ooh.
oh,
Yeah, they was. Oh, the chat was chatting.
honey.
I,
Somebody in the chat said I look like Monet Tejada, or I think I am. My thing is Monet, but nah, I'm Monet privileged. Don't. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
man, I'm sitting here like, ooh, this is getting spicy. But I think you guys, in fact, you guys really handle yourself. You guys weren't really in the chat as much. You know, even with the super chats that were directly attacking some of the members, you guys, it was really good. It was good, something good to see. This is the only way that, like I said, if I am gonna do a reaction video or review video, this is my style of doing it. You know, and this is really good quality stuff. So salute to DJ Hamp. I know I put the link to his channel in there. I also put the link to the video that we're reviewing. But let's get started. You ready?
Sure.
All right, all right, all right. So let's get this started. We're gonna start on. I have my timestamps here. I think this is where they get into discussing what is the manosphere, and I think you answered it.
do with it,
Mm-hmm.
but it is just viewership. So even on my channel, I started off by myself,
Okay.
and at first, and then me doing that, I had a lot of good or whatever. I started having a lot of men. So it went from like a 60-40 to like a 80-20, 80 being men.
Okay. Okay. Raw, you trying to say something? My bad.
Yeah, for me, why I'm in this space, I can't speak for other women, is, I like listening to men speak. I like to hear men's perspective. However, some of the conversations are inherently hurtful because they use a broad paintbrush to pigeonhole all women. So when I come in the spaces and I come on the panels, it's really just to have the conversation. But because so many have been traumatized or somebody have a negative perception of all black women as a whole, then it winds up being a pushback. And so they're like, oh, no, oh, all right, you pretty cool. But for me, a lot of the conversations that I hear men have problems with women is because they are looking at every woman the same. So I come to, you know what I'm saying, shake up how people look at things. But what Lady Di is saying is true. When you are a woman that doesn't fall in alignment with, men are stupid, hoodwink and bamboozle them, then you become a pick me, then you become a mammy. If you're successful in relationships or getting the attention of men, then they throw all type of names and they're attacking instead of just staying in their lane and staying out people's business. I'm gonna be quiet.
All right. So, Robbie, what is, I guess the question is, and I should have asked this first. I didn't realize that statement. But what is the manosphere to you? Because
I mean,
the question was asked, what are you doing in this space? Or how did you get in this space?
the manosphere is a bunch of dudes that's just kicking it and talking they mess, which is another reason why I don't really find men in these spaces to be offensive. Like, I grew up with a whole bunch of male friends. I have brothers, I'm a sorority girl. My sorority has a fraternity attached. Like, I hear these conversations all the time. I used to work in a barbershop, like, I'm used to men and how men talk and how men think. Like, they're harsh at times. The conversation can be hurtful, but at least for the most part, it's generally not catty. And because I know so many different aspects of this space, from the obsidians and the game changers to the angry mans and everything else, I've been dealing with these people on panels with these people for years, from all the way back in the Google Hangout days. So what's going on is not serious. That will be quiet. What's going on, what everybody be talking about, is not serious. But what I do see is a lot of women that, even though they claim they're emotionally intelligent, lack emotional control.
Yeah.
They let these men gaslight them, manipulate them, make a spectacle out of themselves in these spaces, and then they're upset because they become fodder for further discussion.
Yeah. Um, I actually have one of the unique experiences of going to the Black Manosphere conference, the first conference they had. I got to meet the men in the Black Manosphere. A lot of times we kind of cascade them as incels, complainers. I tell people all the time, no, it's just an online community. These are just regular men that you see every single day. They go online. Nobody talks about the men that are in the sports community on forum boards complaining about Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan versus LeBron. Those men, we don't call those men incels. We don't, you know what I mean? These are just groups of people revolving around a general topic. And when the reason why I got into the Black Manosphere was because I was into community building. I I come from Oakland. I do mentorships. I'm a part of a mentor program, or not a program, but a Black male organization. I saw men, especially Black men, coming together, having a conversation about building the community or how the future of the community goes. That was attractive to me. The relationship talk, yeah, that's cool. Can't nobody tell me about no relationship. So, in my opinion, but we learned certain things. So, I think the Black manosphere has gotten a bad rap because of the salacious drama. I think the women, in speaking in regards to, like, say what J.R. Lapeef would say, you need to strengthen your arguments, not your voice. But that's just my opinion about it.
That's eBlack the fellow. I mean, that's facts. A lot of people do need to strengthen their argument, both men and women. But the thing of it is, if you're a woman coming into a man's space, you have to be able to hold your own. Because first of all, quite frankly, your voice is not necessarily welcome. You're welcome to be eye candy, but your opinion is not welcome. So you already know that you are coming into the battlefield or the arena as the underdog. Why would you come into the arena as the underdog and then speak purely from emotion?
Yeah, I because what I find is that there's three types of women I've always say that enter the manosphere content creation. Either the one, they weren't good enough in the sisterhood to hold a conversation. They weren't getting the clout they needed. Two, these women are really intellectual and women who want to actually have general conversations and are willing to put their opinions on the line. Or three, they just want to troll. I remember when I first got into this space, Cynthia G popped up. I used to troll her shit. After she blocked me, I never went back to that type of content. I don't go to women's space trying to convince women about things. I figured that those online communities are like, I don't go to Priscilla's channel. She's a heavily womanly directed channel. Salute to her. She's a woman. She speaks directly to women. She tells you, I speak to directly women. What you're witnessing is a dialogue for women. There's no need for me to go into her conversation and say, hey, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me.
But now you forgot something else. So let's be very honest. Another reason why, and excuse me, you guys, another reason why women frequent men's spaces and why men frequent women's spaces is because they're looking for someone. They're looking for a relationship. They want to be in proximity and they want to be where the baddies are. Come on now, let's be clear. Why do people go to clubs? They go to clubs to meet people. Women get in free before 10. Men hate that because they got to pay to come in. But every week they still come in. See, a lot of women in these spaces don't even know. They are like the third and fourth iteration. I don't think a lot of them would have made it back in the day when, like, shout out to Sister George and Concrete Rose, you had to pay $100 to get on a panel in the manosphere. This is not even really, these spaces are not true manosphere, or they're not the original manosphere spaces. I guess that might be a nicer way to put it. Like, shout out to Am1. Am1 is a manosphere content creator. Am1 is dope. Am1, he talks about relationships sometimes, but that's not what he's really on. Shout out to Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow is always speaking directly to men, only for men. He's polite to the women that come over there, but honey, you're not going to come over there to his panel with the fool la la and the rah rah. You know what I'm saying? Game Changer is one of them too. Like
another person, yes.
Yeah, the manosphere, like
it's very much defined by a minority of people.
Yes, and this is the thing. Because Angry Man, is said to be like the father of the manosphere, wherever Angry Man goes, they consider those spaces and spaces that, develop attached to Angry Man as manosphere channels. And even with Angry Man, like me and Angry Man have our little moments or whatever, but I love Angry Man down. And his channel is not necessarily one for women because he doesn't really have like a lot of patience
Yeah.
sometimes with the conversations. That's no shade. It is what it is. But, people get so mad. Oh, he hates women. Nah, he doesn't hate women. And I don't think that a lot of men in these spaces really hate women. They just have their perspective and what they've dealt with. It's up to women to start realizing you don't have to deal with men that have these type of perspectives, just like they don't have to deal with you if they don't agree with your perspective. You're not going to change what somebody thinks and how they think, especially if you are reminiscent of the things that have traumatized them or shaped the perspective that they currently have.
I agree. I find myself wondering why a lot of women are in these spaces. I want to give a shout out to Aisha Speaks. She has been here since the start. She's seen me on my lonely little channel, and she's been here since the start. Salute to her. Green Vegan Kelly, she's been here since the start too. Salute to her. Women in the red pill environment are seeking attention, low self-esteem. Kelly, now that's being a little disingenuous. That's being a little disingenuous. I think certain women want to actually debate. They don't. They want to have a conversation in regards to the reality of the world.
Right. I don't really think it's about attention seeking or low self esteem. I think that a lot of women take issue or have pushback to what is said in red pill environments. They're just kind of cowards. They're cowards. They're ill informed. They don't know how to build an argument nor substantiate one. So when they see other women in the space doing it, whether the women in the space are doing it well or they're not doing it well, they harbor resentment because they don't have the cojones to get into the fight.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be a spectator, but don't summarily dismiss the people that are actively involved. And I don't even like a lot of women in the space, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of times women, there's a couple of content creators, I'm not going to say their name, but you know who they are. They just want to be heard. They want to hear their voice being heard and them saying something smart. And I'm like, you don't really sound that smart. You're in your own little echo chamber. You're just saying stuff just for the fact that you think that you're a woman. You might be attractive, but there's it's all cupcake, no filling. It's all cupcake, no filling. But salute to everybody. Salute. I just gifted 10 memberships to everybody. You do get. Have you used that feature, Robbie? You can gift 10 free memberships per month.
You can?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Hold on one second, please, because my daughter is talking to me. Give me one moment.
Mm-hmm. So Kelly says, why debate? Let them have their space, leave them alone, and stay in the bushes. Yeah, well, some women just don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to do that, which is why I thought the first question or one of the questions that he asked was, why are you here?
Right. This is the thing, though. Why should you have to stay in the bushes? Yeah. YouTube is a public forum. So if you drop the link, people are going to click the link. People are going to click the link that agree with you. People are going to click the link that don't agree with you. And unless you set up parameters, you as the content creator, why allow someone on your platform? See, a lot of people are the audience. Yeah. They're viewers. So they don't really get the totality of what it is to be a content creator. When a man in the red pill space pulls a woman up on the platform, it's mutually beneficial. It's beneficial to the man because the numbers go up, the money goes up, the conversation gets a little spicy and entertaining. It's beneficial to the woman because if she can hold her own, that's more of an audience grab for the woman. And on top of that, it's also people that can hear a different perspective. And it helps to shape and influence the ideology that all women are the same, because not all women are created equally.
I agree. I remember when Tawana was on Kevin Samuels. Mm-hmm. It opened me up to the Little Peef Network because the conversation between a man and a woman, whether at that moment in time was such a great conversation. I was like, let me check out what they got going on over there. And that's how, and so you're absolutely right. It's mutually beneficial to both parties, especially if it's done correctly. We're gonna get into the video to where a lot of the women believe that they just want to beat up on men, or men want to beat up on women, and we'll get into that. I want to get to this part of where Lucky was saying something in regards to, I think, how she got into this space, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Q for being so smart. Y'all assholes. What I'm saying is this space. You know what is your objective here?
Well, to be honest, I came under Anton, so I didn't even really have a channel when people started quote unquote following me.
Mm-hmm.
And then majority I was on a girls channel. And then I learned because your crowd may come from a certain crowd, you would have your own channel, and then they'll deem your channel this space. You see what I'm saying? So like when I've gone primarily on cruise season, or been on the peep and stuff like that, I'm invited. But then you go on your own channel, you have your ways of thinking, you want to be vulnerable, share your experiences, and then some of those people follow you and they'll say, oh, Lucky's in this space. So then I learned, okay, I guess I'm in this space. And then it's like, oh, this is a male space, but it's like, we don't like baby mamas, we don't like all this, but y'all invite us here. Invite the women that represent the women you want to exalt, instead of inviting the women that made those decisions that you disagree with. You know what I'm saying? So when we say the space, I like certain conversations, I like channels, but I don't really deem myself in the space, or maybe adjacent, but my channel is my channel, and some people from other channels that would be in the quote unquote space support me.
But
What did you think about that statement?
Hold on one moment, please.
Okay. I thought Lucky was spot on. I think a lot of times, especially when we talk about content creation, and especially or manosphere adjacent, we get kind of wrapped up in the fact that you might see somebody who I might associate with. I've reached out to TikTokers, I've reached out to different people. Hell, Kelly is another one person who I've reached out to. She is definitely not in this space. She does not talk about the same things of this space, but because she's adjacent, or because she may come on my panel, she could be deemed as in this space. And I don't think that's necessarily fair. What do you think, bro?
I mean, let's be honest. This is something that I can't stand that people do. People say that there's sectors, and they say that there's spaces and all of this and all of that. If we are really honest, the sectors don't exist.
They don't?
No. The only sectors that the only sectors that exist in YouTube is entertainment, how to, animation and film, news and politics, science, whatever the categories are that they put your content under. Those are the sectors. Those are the delineations. The groups and the cliques that people want to claim, okay, cool, call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. I tell people all the time, I'm not from any particular sector. I have my own channel. I am my own brand. You're subject to see me talking about relationships one day, politics another day, news another day, science another day. It is what it is, because I'm interested in so many different varying things. People can call you whatever they want to call you. It is always what you answer to that matters.
Mm-hmm.
So
you really don't think there's sectors? Because I would say I don't see the white algorithm in my stuff. The Asian relationship stuff, the Latino or Hispanic relationship stuff. I do think that there are sectors in regards to, say, relationships, gender wars, even down to race. So let's be honest about it.
that's not how YouTube actually works. A lot of people don't understand this because a lot of people are new. Mm-hmm. How YouTube works is whatever you watch is whatever they are going to recommend to you. So if you've never watched This Might Be Risky, but you went over there to see this particular show, your YouTube algorithm now is going to feed you this channel and channels like it because you've gone, you've liked the video. Like me, if I show y'all my YouTube feed, y'all be like, what do you be on, Robbie? Because I don't be on what everybody else is on.
Yeah.
And I am gonna show y'all real quick just so you understand. You go down my feed, you see my peoples that I like, you see all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Politics, all different family stuff, music, just a whole bunch of shit. History, you know what I'm saying? Like just a whole bunch of different things. Animals, pets, cartoons, because everybody in my family utilizes the same YouTube account. So everything that we watch gets all pushed in together. If y'all don't want things to show up on your algorithm, show up on your homepage and your suggested videos, after you watch it, remove it from your watch history. Your watch history determines what you see on YouTube.
Yeah.
I watch videos from Japanese people playing arcade games. You know what I'm saying? Like cooking videos, people that do food challenges. Shout out to Joel Hansen, different things of that nature. So a lot of these videos, I don't see them unless I actively subscribe and unless I actively watch. It's not a sector. It's you. It's you and what you're interested in.
No. That's and that is the exact point. It's actually so when people sit here and they complain about, say, Manosphere channel, maybe YouTube has said you like Manosphere stuff, you like Manosphere content, you like arguing, you like the messy shows, and that's why it's on your feed.
That's exactly what it is. Because if you don't watch that, you're gonna see something else. Like on my look, come on now, y'all think I be play pimping. This on my homepage, iText Pro. Honey, I be watching content that's gonna make me laugh and that enriches me. I don't knock anybody for what it is that they like or enjoy on social media. However, I need everybody to grow up.
Yeah,
I need everybody to realize that the things you see are based on the choices you make. Period.
I agree, and I think the viewing audience's expectations are a little skewed. Even me and myself, like I've made certain type of content, and I understand what they expect, and I tell them all the time, I'm not gonna keep producing that type of content. I'll give it to y'all in short little bites, but for the main part, I want to produce a certain type of content. So I find myself as the content creator wondering what the audience's expectation is. Sometimes we do the good hearted stuff, they don't show up. When you do the smoke shows, you do the smoke shows, they show up. And then I want to I'm prefacing this on why, when the question was why are women in the manosphere, the reason why they are there is because they actually like the conversation, and then secretly, in my belief, they actually want to be a part of the show.
Exactly. Listen, this is the thing. If you're a content creator, to be real, like everybody's looking for a viral video. So you got to ask yourself real questions when you come to social media. What are you doing it for? If it's inauthentic and you're chasing clout, I'm going to tell you, the channel's not going to go anywhere because it's inauthentic and you're chasing clout.
Yeah.
When you start being true to you, you have to understand everything not going to get a whole bunch of people showing up, and everybody needs to stop doing so much damn lives because that's not what YouTube actually is built for. So while you people get so enamored and lose their shit, excuse my mouth, because they see people with all these numbers in a live stream, it's actually not recommended for you to go live until you have a certain number of people already following you. And so you have a padded algorithm with uploaded content, because the uploaded content is actually fed through the algorithm at a higher, more succinct and successful pace, because long form content is not really favored in YouTube's algorithm. But again, you got to do more than watch the channels that make you aggy or give you a thrill. You have to actually study YouTube to know that.
Facts. Vegan, says most women are messy as fuck and love drama.
Let's stop like gender bashing. Most people are messy as fuck and love drama. Let's be real. Let's be like actually real. What do you think that the WWE was? The WWE was not a program that was actually created for women at all. WWE is one of the most messy, drama-filled productions ever created in TV land. Shout out to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
That was for men. Men like soap operas too. A lot of people are narrow-minded. They have antiquated perspectives on this whole gender discussion. Oh, well, this is what women do. Oh, well, this is what men do. Oh, well, this makes a real woman. Oh, well, this makes a real man. And none of y'all know what the hell you talking about. No shade, just facts. Like people go round and round the mulberry bush because everybody has the need to be right. It is about individuals. Y'all trying to paint everybody under the same damn brushstroke. It does not work that way. Are you a replication of somebody else? Then why the fuck would somebody else be a replication of you? Just because they have a pussy like you? Just because they have a penis like you? Sounds dumb as fuck, doesn't it?
All right, Robbie.
Wait, I'm sorry. I be trying to be nice. But it's just these, as I've been on social media and I ingest different variations of people and content creators and content.
You ingest different groups of people?
Yes, I ingest different groups of people.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed?
I'm sorry. That was too easy. That was a little too easy. That was a layup.
But you know, like it's so crazy. People go where they want to go because they can. People are where they are because they're allowed to be. It's funny. My daughter said that today. We were singing happy birthday to her, and she was like, yeah. Yeah. Her little friend was like, why are you doing that? Because I can't. Why do people do anything? Because they can't. So it's an ineffective question.
All right. I want to get to the part. There's a couple of clips on here that 44 minutes. And this is where I have noted by Lady Di. She had said something in particular. So I'm going to go to that.
Then it's like, I feel like girl learn from here. They're teaching them or showing them, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if they can't do it or they're not successful, then it's like you in that other category. That's just my opinion. And that's when I brought my husband on board. So I don't know.
No, okay. No.
All right, let me
on it.
With us in the space. Okay.
Like when you think about it, men that are really on it, they're not going to YouTube and hey girl, learn from here. They're teaching them or showing them, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if they can't do it or they're not successful, then it's like you in that other category. That's just my opinion.
So Lady Di kind of threw the men under the bus. In my opinion, she said that men that are online, is that a true statement? Or real men? Because I keep hearing this thing where women will say real men, or if men are handling their business, they're not online. I don't like that because let's be honest. Ever since the video game system came out and we started playing online video games, men have been online. Like I go back to the sports analogy. There are men right now online talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron. Nobody's calling them lazy or people who couldn't do it. Why is it so hard for just sometimes I would say women to understand that these are hobbies just as much as anybody else has hobbies?
Because they feel rejected. Because the quote unquote manosphere makes a lot of these women feel like they're inadequate and they're less than. So they lash out and attack. But they don't realize that the real man that you desire, the real man that fits your archetype for a partner, if you feel that man is not a social media personality, then what a social media personality says should be completely ineffective to your emotional stability or composure. But again, it goes back to that talking point. that everybody wants everybody to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you say some off the wall shit, I'm gonna be like, damn, eBlack is a bad boy. But I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, eBlack, you not a real man. Because for what? For what? Like I don't have to sleep with you. So you know what I'm saying? Like you the homie. Like you know what I'm saying? You somebody cool to kick it with on the internet. And a lot of people, the audience, content creators, chatters, whatever, they have this delusion of intimate attachment
Yeah,
to strangers on the internet.
I agree. There's an expectation that because we're on a panel that we're best friends or we're lovers or whatever the case may be. And sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it's just simply, hey, we're just having conversations.
Right.
And we're expressing ourselves. The other day somebody had asked me why I don't make a certain type of channel. I was like, because I don't want to. I didn't come on the internet just to do that type of stuff. I wanted to make this type of content. This is my expression, no content.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes people, but to get back to why women will think, they stereotype men that are online as if we don't understand that there's days and moments in time that you can invest in things that you're very passionate about.
Well, I mean, it's just like kind of the comment that the vegan lady made in the chat. Oh, because women are messy and they love drama. Because again, people like to just put a broad stroke and put people into different categories and make assumptions about situations instead of just having clear, concise conversations and getting to the fact of the matter or the actual conversation. It's easier that way because then you don't have to really respect people as individuals.
Yeah, you don't have to. And then this gets into the incel thing to where women will then freely say, well, if you're talking about relationships all day on the air, then you're an incel. It gets on my nerve because it's like, okay, it just really gets on my nerve. So I wanted to get that point out. I think
But a lot of people don't even know what an incel means. Incel means involuntarily celibate. So these men on social media are not involuntarily celibate. And I was going to push the whole thing with the definition, but because I'm very specific about words, I don't really go back and forth with people that are kind of lucid and very fluid about what the definitions of things actually are. Like,
I get that. So I want to play another part of the video. I'm going to full screen because I'm going to step away for a second. But you said something, and I want to play that.
Aren't getting the results that they thought they would.
I think it's because what a lot of these men are really looking for is women to be nice to them. And a lot of women just don't want to be nice to men. I can't hold women for not wanting to be nice because if it's a man that a woman is really interested in, she is naturally going to be nice. I think the ultimate underlying problem is men are so interested in so many women. I'm not going over here. Men are interested in so many women, and women really only be interested kind of in that one dude, him. And it's not necessarily about money, it's not necessarily about status. It's about that overall aura. And like Sherelle said, a lot of these men didn't have dads to teach them how to be that guy.
But why?
Wait, Rob B. I'm about to argue with you in the past now. Hold on. You really think that's what happened?
What?
That are you in the chat?
No, I had a question. I just had a question real quick. The show Flaw and Logic.
Lord Jesus.
I do think that a lot of men are full of angst because they lack leadership. I think a lot of women are full of angst because they lack leadership as well. But I got into that later on in this show.
I okay. I agree. I think there. Oh man, this is the part that I really get frustrated on. I do believe that there are men who really just come online just to stir up shit. I think there are women that come online just to stir up shit. I think there are hurt people. Is there a happy medium between the two? Is there a happy medium to where people could just say, hey, we're just discussing things either I didn't learn, I want to talk about? Why? It seems like it's either who hurt you or you're a mammy.
Nah, but this is the thing. We could have a happy medium if more people were adequately raised. Because people were not adequately raised. So that wasn't a who hurt you statement. That was just a statement of fact standing on business. Because people have not been adequately raised, they have this ridiculous element of entitlement. They feel the need to say everything on their mind. They feel the need to be messy. They feel the need to do 50 million things underneath the sun. And at the end of the day, as a grown up, you could just click the X and move around. You don't have to participate if something is not what you like. You don't even know how many times I'll click on a video and I sit in my, in my VIP section in the class, honey, and I'll be listening for like a minute or two. If it's juicy, I'll listen for a couple more minutes. If it's juicy, then you know what I'm saying, I'm in. I don't even always drop down in chats when I'm watching. But if something is something that irritates me, and I already know I'm going to be reactive and I'm going to invest too much energy in a conversation I don't have to invest nothing in, I X off.
Yeah.
But people be really like over the top angry, mad, like, oh, well, I need to say so. I'm a gang bang on the keyboards.
Yeah.
Sit your childish asses the fuck on down somewhere.
Shout out to Sock Passe. Shout out to him. Sherry Berry, she became a Black Pride member. Shout out to her. Sherry Berry. I met Sherry in the Mo 3 sector. She's like, what are you doing over here?
I love me some Sherry Berry. Yes, I do.
Sherry Berry was on my ass. But salute to her. Salute to Frida Green. I don't know if this is your first time here or if you've ever commented. I can actually check that. But if this is your first time here, man, salute to you. But yeah, man. Woo, y'all ain't shit, I tell y'all. But here, I think the next question is I want to preference it. Precious said something that I kind of raised my eyes on.
Social media. I think a man who can't.
What they do? What they do?
Like she was saying, like the men who do the panels and things like that, I don't think it's necessarily them. I honestly think it's the men who can't stay off of social media. I think a man who can't stay off of social media is an incel. Like if you don't have anything else to do with your time, or you're always overly emotional on social media, or you're always negative about every post you see. Like sometimes I'll see like the same people and they always have anger towards or emotions towards certain things. And to me, that's an incel. Someone who just can't get away from this virtual world, and it has them sucked in believing the internet. And you
I want to say that's projection. I want to say that's mischaracterization. There's a lot that, and I wish I would have, if I had more time, I wish I could have put the closed captions on there to where it actually said her words. But she said a couple of things. Men who spend time online are incels. Men who spend their time online are expressing themselves emotionally are incels.
So then women that spend so much time online are femcells, and women that express themselves online emotionally are femcells. Again, like everybody needed to get in because it would if I would have really took the deep dive into a lot of the questions, I don't think anybody else would have spoken. So I also tempered a lot of my responses because everything doesn't have to be an argument.
Yeah.
And another thing that a lot of people simply don't understand in social media is this: everything doesn't have to be an argument. It's okay to respect people's perspective. That's not the definition of what an incel is. But statements like that can create animosity and tension. And then when people are going back and forth, well, if you feel like this, then you have to feel like this by default and blah, 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 blah. But ladies know that everything in your head doesn't have to come out your mouth.
Yeah. But I think goes back to what the perspective of women have on men actually having conversations. It's like a foreign thing to women, to some women, that men actually talk to each other and dialogue in a certain manner. And then I think even to answer another question, to even answer another kind of question that I think it was earlier, is like, what are you doing here if you can't if you don't like to see? I'll give you an example. If you do not like seeing lions eating deers, why are you on the Nature Channel? Does that make sense? Get out the chat. Get out the chat.
It does.
Jesus, cover me.
Listen, it's just like somebody saying that they're full of positivity while spewing vitriol and negativity. It's contradictory in nature. You understand what I'm saying? People in these social media spaces, so smart they stupid. You ever heard of that? Books, you gonna get this work, nigga. Book smart but completely lacking common sense, decorum, etiquette, manners. You know, manners make a woman. But in any event, yeah,
salute to happy life.
Hey, happy life.
Salute to Trinidad. Hey, love the conversation. The ladies held a great conversation. Disagreements, however, very mature. Sherelle had good points, as well as Miss Raw B. You know what it is.
Exactly. Amen.
Yeah, I thought it was a excellent, especially with the strong personalities that were on there. I really thought it was a great, mature conversation, and really, like I said, this is what content creation is about: putting out an idea, getting the people to talk about it. That's how a great panel is. You know, you can actually review this 5, 6, 7 years ago, from years from now. So, salute to Ham. Salute to everybody in the chat. Everybody, please keep it peaceful. Because I know you now. I know what you do. I know what you're doing. You ain't shit. But salute to everybody. So I thought that was projection. I thought that was a little projection. I think we sometimes because we say, well, why is this person online doing this and acting like this? Not understanding that maybe it's easy for them. Or maybe that's what they like to do. You know, but I don't, to go out and call them an incel for it, I think is really harsh. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to let it continue to play because it actually runs into another point.
Let's get it.
And that gives you a moment to type.
Getting into that, like, I mean, I'm in this space, but I'm not like in this space. You know what I mean? And I think some people are so deep rooted in this space that they get away from reality. And so they need to detach from this space and actually live their lives and actually go out and talk to women and experience them in real life, so they don't get on the internet and just be so angry and negative or passive, or, you know, that's what I would consider an incel in this space.
So are we just going off of subjective definitions of what an incel is? Because I'm sure there's other words to describe these things. You know what I'm saying? Because just me, it gets difficult to keep up with a conversation if everybody's going off of what they feel a word mean versus what it means. Because I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to. You could be. I see men online all day complaining late at night, and they have wives or they have women. You know what I'm saying? Like no pussy to be in, no homie to hang with. Like they just online. So it's like I wouldn't say they're an incel if they got wives. I would say that they have maybe arrested development. They have emotional emotionally damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like these are men who probably can't speak up in their home or with their woman, so they get online and express dissatisfaction.
God damn it. Lucky, I hate how smart sometimes Lucky can be. What do you think? I think
what she just defined was the incel.
well,
Someone
she did
that
say, hold on, she did say that some men who are married or online do come on there and they do have things like emotional or arrested development, maybe even trauma bonding.
But
So she kind of shifted from incel, strictly incel, to say a different type of individual.
Right, but this is the thing. You know, last night Drex was on Cellulite Podcast and he gave a really clear and concise definition of incel and how the married man is the biggest incel of them all.
Really?
Yeah. If you're single, right? You can buy what he said. This is quoting him. You can buy vagina, right? So you're not involuntarily celibate, you're voluntarily celibate. Even with the Save Yourself Black Man SYBM, you're choosing not to engage in coitus with anyone. But when you are married, if you step outside of your marriage and you cheat on someone, you have a lot to lose. Financially, as far as social standing, whatever. So if your partner decides that they don't want to have intimate relations with you for however long, during the period that they are making the decision that you can't have sex, you're involuntarily celibate, which is the definition of incel. Do people also have like underlying conditions, including arrested development, including like, you know what I'm saying, ineffective communication, including a lack of power and stability within their homes? Sure. But what we were defining and talking about was incels on social media. Yes. So the beginning of her point was spot on for what was being said in regards to how she defined it. But saying that married men are not incels because they have someone that chooses them, it was incorrect.
I want to disagree so badly. But I'm going to concede your point that, you know, there could be incels that are married. I have a hard time really finding out those examples.
You know what I'm gonna suggest is you review the conversation between Drex and Cellulite.
I will. So before we get into that, shout out to Robbie Privilege. She came through with the 20 ball. Love, peace, harmony, balance, and maturity brings longevity in life. Much love to eBlack TV. Salute to Robbie. She didn't have to do that, but I know her petty ass. eBlack, there will never be peace. Save yourself, black man. America first rifleman. Whatever. I see Ray Midnight in the house. He has some pleasantries to share. Moxie actually says that's BS rhetoric used to confuse people so they don't get married. A married man is not an incel. Okay, we're fighting in the chat. That's very good. Look, everybody's free to their own opinion. All I ask is everybody be respectful. But I got some money, so
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
With your broke ass. Beta. Hi, Renee. Listen, everybody apparently in today's society has their own definition of words, their own perspectives, and their own feelings. Who cares? Mazel tov. Everybody go outside and live your best life. Like, this is social media. Only thing I know is in my marriage, my husband's not going to be involuntarily celibate. As his wife, I'm not going to be involuntarily celibate. You know, y'all going by Urban Dictionary and Reddit and what the blogs tell you. But again, I'm a stickler for the etymology of words.
Mm-hmm.
It's a compound word. Involuntary is celibacy.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's kind of until I come with a better idea, and maybe you with Drex on Cellulite Podcast, I should have seen that, and I probably would have a better way of digesting that point. But I'm going to concede, like always with Robbie, this is not the game show, so we're not going to.
I win 500 points. Vote on it. No.
All right, you get 500 points. All right.
Listen, at the end of the day, what I've learned in these spaces is a woman can say something and be completely spot on. But unless a man says it, some people's ears don't open. Their brain doesn't process it. That's why I say, and I'm not saying that that's your archetype, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm referring the audience, you, everybody, go over and see what a man has to say about what incels are. Because I don't think women can really define incels because that's not them.
All right, so I have another part in the video, and like I said, there's so many, there is so much in here that I want to clip up. That it was really, that's how good the conversation was. How about this? Do you believe that people are prying on the weaknesses or the outrages of each other? Do you think that there are content creators that are saying, you know what? Yeah, this is a man space, and we like to call women bitches and curse them out and to say how much they don't do for money.
Yes. That's what everybody is on YouTube for money. I don't even care if people say it's a hobby. It's a hobby that you do for money. Because I didn't never hear no content creator say, no, let me not monetize. Send back no cash apps. Or send Google their money back on the 21st of the month for the AdSense check. Some people are better at optimizing it and getting the most amount of money than other people.
Do you think that those people get more of the, like, I don't think we're in a lot of these conversations, I don't think we're talking about channels that actually try to do really great male dominant content that is geared towards helping actual men. I think we talk about the men that are making money and they're getting the clout.
Yeah, the Mr. Lonely space.
Huh?
The Mr. Lonely space.
Oh, okay.
That's what I call it. You know, everybody creates their own definitions. I call it the Mr. Lonely space. The men that are lonely, the men that are not necessarily satisfied in their relationship, the women, I'm going to actually put a Mrs. on there too, Mr. and Mrs. Lonely. The women that are not satisfied in their relationships, the women that cannot see their way to a halfway decent man if he was put in front of them and it was painted on the floor with neon light and glow in the dark lights. Like, yo, some people just cannot. They don't have the capacity to because they're narcissistic and self-involved. But that's another topic.
But I don't think Mr. Lonely Space and Mrs. Lonely Spaces are the same people, same type of people.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
I think the Mrs. Lonely Space is more self-inflicted than Mr. Lonely Space.
Mr. Lonely Space is self-inflicted too.
No, I don't think so. I think they have not figured out life yet, but I think Mrs. Lonely Space is definitely more self-inflicted. For a woman to be truly lonely in this or single in this space, it has to be totally voluntary celibacy and total ignorance upon themselves in their role in the world. For a man, it's basically build yourself up to be more attractive and to find other individuals. Those are two different paths. I don't think those two people are the same.
I would agree with you, except for I live in the real world. When you see when you see the dude at Comic-Con that is all of 5'6", 300 pounds, has a whole bunch of pimples, freckles on. He's literally running around in the damn Mario cosplay shit, and he has a woman there with him. It is not about the buildup. It is about just being comfortable in the skin that you're in. That's why I say these is Mr. and Mrs. Lonely Spaces. They are filling people's head full of a whole bunch of bullshit. Even that whole incel thing, who gives a shit? If you want to go get laid, go outside. Get off the internet and go outside. Like, if you got a woman in your house, what are you doing on the internet arguing with people? Go make love to your shorty.
See, now this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, exactly what you're saying. We already established this might be a community, this might be a hobby, but now because I'm on the internet, you want to shame the people.
No, actually, you weren't listening and you cut me off, but that's okay. Because it's your show. Because I was gonna say too, with women as well. If you want to go get laid, get off the internet, call your dude up. If your dude is in your house, go make love to him. Because if you are literally on the internet complaining about how you can't get to sex, but you got sex in the house,
I don't believe they're complaining about getting into sex.
but that's
I think they're complaining about getting the quality woman.
But this is the thing. They not quality. And I'm not quality. Men and women on these spaces talking what they talking are not quality. They're not the quality or caliber of man or woman that they want. So for all of them to be downplaying the other gender is stupid to me.
I hear you, but I to bring it back to the point, I think that the women, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, eBlack TV, eBlack, his opinion. I believe that a woman has an easier chance on relationships than a man.
That's not true. That's not true. You want to know why that's not true?
Why?
Because it, how do I say this without sounding the same way? It's really easy to get into a relationship with a man, right?
Yes.
So many men.
As a woman.
As a woman, because so many men are looking for relationships. If we let the Mr. and Mrs. Lonely Space tell the story, everybody's looking for somebody. So if people actually went outside and actually talked to each other without the veil of assumptions, it wouldn't be difficult for men or women to get into relationships. It's harder for women to get in relationships than men because so many men have been told all women are whores. Just smash them and dash them. Oh, it's $40 and pump and dumps and passport bros and this, that, and the third. Is that not the talking points of that space?
Because those are our alternatives towards traditional monogamous relationships.
No. You said it's easier for women. So when we're coming from the mind space of that space in particular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women dealing with any men from that space are dealing with men who have been brainwashed and mentally trained and conditioned to believe women are whores. Women have all the children. They're not having sex. They are the prize. They are high value men, even though the median salary in these contiguous United States of America is around $55,000. And the qualifications for high value man, according to that space, is 6 figures or more for a period of 5 years or more. So that's the qualifications. Less than 1% make that. However, all of them, ladies and gentlemen, have converged into one group in one space on social media.
So okay, let me rephrase it. Do you think that lonely men and lonely women are converging on one space, and we're considering that the black manosphere or the manosphere adjacency?
Yes.
Ooh, I think we may have solved something here.
And I also feel like there's a bunch of hustlers and scammers.
Yes.
The scammers with the hammers, they have all converged on the same space as well. And they hustling and they scamming people, and they are playing on people's emotions.
Yeah, I can rock with that.
So, and I'm not knocking anybody. Shit, get your hustle on. Even Kevin Samuels, you could go back in my content while the man was alive, not the cloud chasing things that people are doing now that he's, supposed to be resting in peace. I said, I don't agree with what he's saying, but shit, I cannot knock that man's hustle. It's like a lot of these spaces. I don't agree with what everybody's saying, but I ain't going to knock your hustle. I just know everything is not for me to ingest. So if that's your truth, if that's your story, when I got time, I'ma tune in. I'ma listen to the fool la la I am. But in real life, I'm gonna enjoy my relationship because the principles that y'all are espousing do not apply.
Exactly. All right. American first rifleman, $5. eBlack is correct. Women have the upper hand today. Men must work on themselves 10 times to get the same results. Thank you for proving my point. Thank you. And I have a meme from that for that,
Put your broke ass.
Yeah, salute for the donations. But while I'm looking for this meme, because it seems like I haven't been live in 2 weeks, so I'm a little rusty. But hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. I don't know where did my donations go.
See,
okay.
See.
Okay.
Now, according to the Mrs.
No, I found it. I found it.
Donations. 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 Donations.
So salute to that. Salute to Cellulite is in the building. My guy, he's in here early, begging for a wrench. I got you until I get my wrench on your channel.
Oh, y'all petty.
I'm just saying, but you know what? Since I'm a giving person, I'm not so petty. I will happily give you a wrench over my channel. You have definitely deserved it over here. You represent that definitely with eBlack. But until I get that over there, because I'm pulling up.
Protect your toes. Protect your toes, okay?
Oh my God, this is the guy.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Oh, child.
Callie is I said Callie. Kelly has came back and said, I'm in Cali. I really don't see it in real life. Do you think it's more social media talking points? Actually, okay. When Kevin Samuels first came out, I actually saw his words being used in actual real life. The single moms, the attraction, the sexual value marketplace, all these things play out in real life. I don't necessarily think people go around using the same acronyms and the same talking points, but I do think that we are essentially being descriptive of our reality.
I think that people don't necessarily understand the role of social media influencer. The role of social media influencer is to take common thoughts and ideologies and package them to you in a marketable soundbite and influence you to repeat the agenda. Kevin Samuels didn't come, as eBlack said, out of like the clear blue sky with what he said. He spoke to what the vast majority of men feel in real life, and he monetized that.
Yeah.
So if and only if And we can't say that that's like a really a hard far reach. The man had over 1 million subscribers, and he would have continued to grow if he would still be alive today. Are y'all paying attention to the trends? Do you understand the market? This is how men feel. So women in the space that are in the space need to stop just being hanger-ons and really pay attention to the conversation and the content. And then when you're having conversation with the men in your life in real life, if they're honest enough with you, if they respect you enough, they'll have real ass conversations with you. And when you ask them questions, they're going to tell you the truth. But a lot of women are.
Do you think it's hard? Do you think it's hard for women to really accept the fact that this is what the reality is?
Yeah, because they think they all are, pea fairies.
Because it's easy for them, right?
Not because it's easy for them, because anybody can get poked. Anybody can get yeah. Anybody can have sex. Having a relationship is something else.
Ah, there we go.
A lot of women are having sex. They're getting fucked. They ain't getting relationships though, which further evidences what the Mr. and Mrs. Lonely Space is talking about. But it takes grown people that have clear perspective to understand the difference. These men and how they pride the audience are not necessarily lying about what they're saying. And neither are these women. But people just want to shift the blame to the other gender instead of taking the accountability and the onus and putting it on themselves. If you don't want to be fucked and fucked over, then close your legs. If you don't want a woman to get a baby from you, then don't have sex with every woman raw. If you don't want a woman to use you for your money, don't leave with your wallet. If you don't want a man to use you for whatever you bring to the table, don't put everything on the table all at once. Actually get to know people. But those are never the conversations. The conversations is just only spend $40 on a date because make sure you get the pussy. And then when the chick winds up with a baby, now you on child support and all of this and all of that. Well, the bitch used you and she should have protected herself.
Yeah, I definitely ran across a couple of channels that I would say are backwards. They will use things like, say, pump and dump, but then complain about child support. It's the most ridiculous kind of conundrum. It's like, okay, the more you pump and dump, the more you gonna get up on child support. Sorry, hold on 1 second, Joe.
I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you're using social media talking points as the parameter for your relationships in real life, you just possibly may need to reevaluate some things because you play a stupid game, you're gonna win a stupid prize.
What was the last thing you learned in these debates? Or what was the last thing that you actually kind of said, you know what, I need to change the way I think about things? If there's any at all. Okay, are we having technical difficulties? I mean,
No.
if you didn't learn anything, that's fine.
I never learned anything in these spaces. I'm lying. The last thing I learned in these spaces was some great financial advice from Aaron O. Outside of that, no, this is not a place I go to learn. What are the credentials? Are these panels accredited? Have they been certified? I'm sorry. You gonna get a certification, you gonna get a degree. What do you mean this is entertainment? Like, stop it. Stop it. It's a lot of nice people. People are a lot of fun. Like, and just how I'm laughing up here with you, that's how I be laughing when I be watching some of the commentary. This is jokes and roasts.
Yeah, look, that was hilarious. My panel definitely has been certified as a G panel. Get your certifications online right now. That is hilarious. That
You
is
got
hilarious.
people out here life coaching. They don't even got their life coach certification. Shit, at least let me see a life coach certification. That's all I want to see. Shit.
All right, and I want to get. I think somebody had said something. I was looking at the conversation that Painkiller was saying that I followed Kevin Samuels when he did fragrance reviews. She replied, "Why?" He said, "Moxie, I'm into fragrances. One of my hobbies." I also, a shameless plug, I do want to share a good friend of mine. He has a channel who does the same thing. Oh, Sophisticated Grizzlies. He does great. I talk about top level perfume, not perfume, but fragrances stuff. He breaks it down to scent, location. So if anybody else, I'm gonna drop his link in the chat. If you are into that type of stuff, please go check out the Grizzly, Sophisticated Grizzly. He is a dope content creator. Like I said, I don't just follow large content creators. I follow small ones too, and I'm more than willing to help out. But
There's no such thing as a small content creator. There's
yeah,
content creators and there's reactionists, for me anyway, because all it takes is one video to go viral, and then their platform will bang out on somebody else.
yeah, that's true. All it takes is one video. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, while we use that little, I'm gonna. There's a minute and a half of conversation that I kind of wanted the ladies to kind of have. So we're gonna go. We'll be right back. All right, while this goes.
I really depend on anybody else. So when people stop pretending like it's group economics, like there's a community, like people care about one another, and just say, this is how I feel and I'm standing firm on what I believe in, then maybe we'll all be better off. But that's just my opinion.
Okay.
So, Ham, to answer your question, the one that's scrolling,
Right.
the men's grievances are valid, right?
Okay.
But it is turned into an agenda by the content creators that makes they monetize off of men's grievances. And that's the problem that I have, because it's just turning to agenda and talking points with no true resolution. I prefer a resolution be established and then perpetuated. But this perpetual grievances being recycled and reused and continuing, and it becomes complaining. That's the problem I have, and I think that men need to be careful, because the person that you're following, you're listening to, are they really looking for resolution or trying to teach you to do better and to do better things? Or are they just monetizing off of your pain?
What is your speculation on that?
That they're monetizing off of their pain.
Okay.
Because they're coming together, they're sending super chats in, and they're coming in, airing all the grievances. And again, they're valid grievances, but it's a very dangerous place to stay there if you're not really going to get true resolution and improvement.
Did you agree with their sentiment? They're monetizing off the pain.
They are monetizing off of pain, but I mean, so what? Listen, these are things that I can't fault anybody for. Did y'all see like HLN, the ID network? Is that not monetizing off of pain as well?
That's valid. So do you? But is it okay? Is it immoral to monetize off somebody's pain? I've also seen married content creators. They've said, "I will never marry a black woman in today's society." But he's married to a black woman.
Hey, that's his personal choice. Maybe son changed his mind. I don't know. Listen, I honestly, if I'm all the way honest with you, I don't care. And this is why me in these spaces is so polarizing, because I legitimately do not care. people's personal choices, their opinions, their preferences, how they choose to handle business, what they choose to do. Good for you. If you don't want to marry a black person, then don't. But don't tell anybody.
Doesn't that hurt? Doesn't that hurt the overall image of Black Americans? Close that door, please.
No, because the overall image of Black Americans is not contingent upon social media.
It's
And
not.
that's where a lot of people get this shit twisted too. Social media is one aspect. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Social media is one aspect. It's just one aspect. Do you really think these handful of content creators, the handful of people that you can name off, you can name off less than 100 content creators, really probably like 20 content creators that are having conversations, no matter how many views they get. You know how many people are in the global community? Hell, in New York alone, there's 2 million people.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. I think we sometimes we overstate the fact. We say two things. We say in real life are this talking points or these words don't really matter, but then we also say we shouldn't have this type of content because it affects my real life.
Right. Which one is it? Pick a fucking struggle. Because I'm tired of people on social media like, which one is it? Is you is or is you ain't my baby? Like, and these same people think that you're supposed to take them seriously. Think that you're supposed to be touched in your soul, honey. You're supposed to be broken down and heartbroken, crying and shit about the shit people talk about. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Y'all double-minded. But the conversations are just conversations. In one ear, out the other. Fuck it.
I would because in one way, I think, say for instance, the passport community does that. I think they kind of overstate the reality. With the amount of people that actually go overseas, they make it seem as if they have the sole answer, and this is what's going on all over the place. It's very a selective few of people who actually are traveling for the purposes of marriage and relationships. So
they are sexual tourists. Let's just be honest. It's sexual tourism, and that's all it is. I'm looking for the stats because someone said that the amount of people that have their I'm just gonna pull it up.
And while you pull it up, I'm going to read a little bit of the chat. It says, RT the brand says, I disagree. I mainly look for live content as a content consumer. It's more interactive and a better experience for the consumer than pre-recorded videos. That's tough. I've told people plenty of times that those are two different types of content. While I do understand why people do that, I watch pre-recorded stuff. I was literally listening to a podcast earlier today, and a woman was talking about her experience with a man who lied about him being in a marriage, and she was like the side chick and stuff. Soft white underbelly is pre-recorded. I think it's different types of audience, and what and it goes back to the question of what is the expectation of the audience? Do we really want the fuckery? Do we really want the solutions? Because Robbie ain't getting no solutions.
Because there are no solutions. And I need people on these social media spaces to stop playing in their own behinds. The solution is, if this is not what you want to see and this is not what you like, turn it off. You want to see it, you like seeing it because you're watching. The solution is stop lying to yourself. The solution is be real. Because if you didn't want that, you wouldn't engage. You wouldn't be involved. You wouldn't click the like button. You wouldn't send the money.
how are there no solutions?
Okay, how do I say this nicely?
I think okay, let me give you an example. Mr. Palmer, he does child support talking panels and everything. He helps young men or men who in the situations in regards to child support. TLA has taught me about the prenup.
Did you get prenup?
No, but he taught me about it.
No. Again, a solution requires a problem that needs solving.
Yeah.
And what is being said is the resolution of the problem, right?
Okay.
That's solution-based theory.
Mm-hmm.
This space has been having the same circular conversation for more than a decade. And the overall situation, evidenced by what these people talk about in their content and what they talk about, evidenced by statistics, is that the situation, in fact, is inherently worse. So therefore, there are no solutions to the conversations that they're having, because if there were solutions, then overall, the situation would have a more positive outcome. If the numbers were trending upward, that's a solution. The numbers are trending down.
So, okay. Are there really truly any solutions in relationship talk?
Yeah, you know what the solution is?
What?
Is this thing on? The solution is relationships are an interactive situation between two people, not the entire World Wide Web. The solution is, if you want a relationship, you want to have a healthy, happy, sustainable, successful relationship, stop looking to strangers for advice on how to fix your problems within your relationship. The solutions are learn to effectively communicate to your spouse instead of bitching, whining, and complaining, moaning, and groaning to strangers on the internet. If your man doesn't listen to you, doesn't love you, either learn how to communicate with him and get him and encourage him to do better, or leave him. If your woman is not, pouring into you, giving you what you need, she doesn't listen, cool. Communicate that to her or leave her. That's the solution. Everybody getting together, having the same conversations on social media day in, day out, day in, day out. Black women are this. Black men are this. Asian women are this. White women are this. Somebody's always going to be able to come out and pull somebody to the forefront that is the complete and utter opposite of everything you're talking about. Y'all be up here. Y'all don't even know white people like that. For real, for real. You know how I know? Because y'all never really have no white people or no Asian people on these panels. But y'all be up here worshiping other races.
Damn.
Show me 5 friends you got that's of another race. Bring them other races of people on these panels and let's have the conversation for real, for real. Because the Black manosphere space is a runoff of the white manosphere space. Rollo Tomasi and everything else. So you mean to tell me the white men over there complain about how horrible they white women are? Y'all black men over here are pedestalizing the white women that they say are horrible. I'll wait. It's backward ass logic.
Yeah.
So what is your trash is somebody else's treasure? Stop the cat. The fuck?
Yeah, okay. Sherry Berry agrees. Salute to Bob. He just sends the $9.99 super chat. No comment. No phrases.
And then
just for the love of the game. Yes. Salute to him. Go.
And then what y'all say about these other races of women is deplorable. If I was a woman of another race and I watched some of your content, your videos, and y'all's commentaries, I would never mess with none of yous. Oh, white women know how to suck a dick. Oh, Asian women are just gonna be docile. She ain't gonna never talk back to me. I'm gonna say, bitch, shut up, and she gonna be quiet. What is wrong with y'all for real? Yeah, and you wonder why you don't have successful relationships, right? Let me be quiet.
I actually agree. Sometimes we go a little bit muck with the stereotypes. Like we gotta stop. We really gotta stop. Bob says actually Black Manosphere was first, just not with an organized leader.
Did you want a cookie or a biscuit? Because the white manosphere is definitely doing better. They're doing better with money. They're doing better with solutions. They're doing better with getting their message out and their agenda. So if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. I don't give a shit. The point still remains. You got a whole white manosphere talking about how ain't shit white women are. And then you got the black manosphere is like, oh, worship the white queen. Put Karen on a pedestal. Pusalaya. A black woman, fuck them bitches. And then when the white men be like, oh, we love Sharquisha. She's the best. Oh, well, oh, the black woman has sold out. She's a divester. She hates the community. Oh, it's a fetish. Oh, the white man doesn't love you, black woman. He just wants to fuck you for a fetish. But y'all are literally saying out your mouth, the only reason you want to fuck with white bitches is because they'll throat your fucking dick. What are we talking about here? I can't take none of y'all niggas seriously. Shut the fuck up talking to me.
Okay, so as a female content creator and as a woman content creator, and I know this is we discussed how you even, I would say, predate a lot of the conversations that have gone on. Mm-hmm. What do you suggest to other content creators that are in, or female content creators in the space? Because we're gonna have to do a part 2 of this because there's more. There's probably an hour and a half of this, and I don't want to take too much of Robbie's time because I know she got the kiddos, she got real life to go to, and she got she probably right now dishing up some smoke shows right now. But
I have a show scheduled for 9:00 tonight, and we were on late last night. We were on, oh my god, all hours in the morning, and I've been up doing business, handling business. But I told you I would be here. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so we was out doing, living life. I suggest my suggestion to everybody on social media as a human being: stop letting social media be your life. Social media is supposed to be an expression of your life. It's not supposed to be your entire life. I don't even need. For me, I live in a world that's well-rounded. I do a lot. I can be nice. I can be mean. I can be whatever it is that you want me to be. I don't give a shit because I'm happy.
Just for other people.
Just for other people, I want them to do whatever makes them happy too. Do whatever makes you happy. But fully understand that what makes you happy doesn't make everybody else happy. Hey, D. Fully understand that your individual expectations for life and reality is not applicable to the next person. I mean, unless you came out your mama's vagina as a group, your mama's vagina was pushing out Groupons. Not even when you have multiple live births does that happen. Even with the cesarean section, everybody comes into the world one at a time.
What do you think of content creators that do this?
That's my motherfucking song. Listen, they're very entertaining.
I just had to be a little petty.
I was entertained by that, honey. I was entertained. I mean, I really do hope that young man and his woman, I hope his woman stands in the midst as a person that can intercede on his behalf and pay that bail money and that restitution so he can be free in the world, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, my audience is crazy. I swear, man. Y'all are lunatics. Salute to everybody. Hey, I dropped the link in here. If anybody wants to pull up, have their own input on this, please do so. I definitely am probably going to do a part 2 on this. I enjoyed the conversation. I thought it was really great. It was an interesting dynamic to see certain individuals on their paths kind of regurgitate or just kind of state how they felt about the space that they were necessarily in. I thought that was interesting. What did you think?
I thought that was good too. I mean, ultimately, I got love for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's great. And, you know, yeah, go to Fatty's community tab, Moxie. You are late, baby. You are late. Go to the community tab. It's a lot going down. It's going down, baby. Yo Street in the Range Rover. It's juicy. But maybe he should have just ran Mike's money. Maybe he should. Anyway, I don't want to get derailed. Listen,
He couldn't run his Mike's money. You know why?
but he should. I mean, he had the stacks. He should have ran something. Jesus, be offense, low. I like everybody. I'm glad to see everybody being successful and growing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody keep doing what makes them happy. Whatever you feel you need to do to get asses in the seat, get the asses in the seat. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the. I can't do that.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. CSI. No, hey, AFR.
AFR.
What's up, Raw? What's up, y'all?
He's ready for war right now. He put his vest on.
But
always, you gotta be ready.
Yellow ass building. I was looking in the back chat. I'm like, oh, that's very bright.
You know, duty calls everywhere. They all need my protection.
Oh, you protecting the world?
No, just people who pay me. Ain't my job. No. It's a cold world out there, so I only protect people who pay me.
So AFR, let me ask you a question. What do you think women have? What role do women have in the manosphere or this gender space?
Just to be honest, sorry for the delay. I just to be honest, they do have a place, but it should just be very niche. One, they need to be enforcers, like they need to be enforcing patriarchy digitally. We already have some women that do that. If they have other women that come in, because we still need women to interact and to learn, and we need to get our messages out as masculine men or whatever you want to call us, masculine black men. So the women that rock with us that actually want black male leadership, when other women come in, they need to be on that space and check them, not just to say you're just you're just a mammy of some type. You're going to know the talking points. You're going to be honest and not let their emotions get the better of them. Things of that nature. Just it's going to be a partnership because there's black women that realize that black men need to be in charge for us to go forward as a collective. And then the other part of women being involved, I think we like men. Like I think you guys, or maybe Raw kind of said this or articulated this, where we just like let ladies in and there's no understanding and it's more of a free for all and people get to talk and say whatever they want. There's kind of no structure. I think people do need to get away from that because it doesn't do the ladies any good, especially because we want them to actually be able to do better and find a man. And obviously we check men and hold men accountable in these spaces regardless. So, and we need the women to help us do that because men I can't hold women accountable for their BS. Like I can't do that. I can call them out, but I can't hold them accountable.
So what I'm hearing is that women who are in, say, this male dominant space need to reinforce patriarchy, be a student of the talking points, and to reinforce and to be able to be the frontline fighters for other women who are unruly.
Yeah. And then, like I said, it's not, you have to be able to, because there's men out there that are worthy of leadership or other men or women to follow that show a good moral character, and they don't seem to be like other people. We're not going to use their names, hitting up women for favors and other things like that on YouTube. Like, we don't need to deal with those men.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Hold on, Ashton. I need to field this particular person in the background. Make sure this person is the same person, because I refuse to be AP bombed. I refuse. All right,
Put the
hold on
camera
one
on,
second.
Ashton. Let us see your big head.
Ashton, that's you.
Yeah, is me. Is my microphone working okay?
Yeah, you good. You good. You good. All right, what's
Good
going
What's
on,
up, Ash?
Ashton?
Hold on, Ashton. Hold on. So, because I have follow-up questions for AFR. That was a whole mouthful that you said there.
Yes, it was.
What does promoting the patriarchy look like to you?
Well, I don't advocate for 50-50 relationships. Like, I don't, if you want to be the head of your household, you have to be the head of your household. If you want a partner or something so your significant other can help you pay rent, that's something entirely, and that's not really patriarchy, I think.
So if the majority of Americans, the 99%, and not even really all of the 99%, we're just talking about the median. If 99% of people in America have a median income of $55,000, wouldn't that predicate that 99% of Americans need to have a partnership relationship?
Well, I can tell you right now, back years ago when I was making $45,000, I could support, a girlfriend. Now, like 2 kids, and all that other stuff. Yeah, you need to start getting your net worth up, or getting your skill set up so you can earn more money as a man, so you can support that family. But I can tell you right now, there's a lot of potential relationships that can be made with men and women, especially childless women with Black men, that they can make some financial viability and put stuff back and do things for the future, to where that man can make that one paycheck that can be enough to support that family. But it's not an easy thing. Like, Raw, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's easy. It's not. But you have to have 2 competent people that want to go on that journey together.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was getting to, right? So, and I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to cut you. This is the thing. A lot of people are talking about patriarchy and head of household and running the show. I'm the leader. Follow me. I want to lead. Men and women. See, unlike a lot of people in these spaces, I don't just go in on one or the other. Everybody shut the fuck up crying. But everybody wants to be a leader, but nobody has money management skills. Nobody has credit building skills. Nobody has skill set building work ethic to make sure that they are earning money. So when we're talking about people, like, I just see somebody get arrested the other day that's been up here talking about how he's him and he's high value. But then when we do the deep dive, right, we go down to forensics, they owe restitution to social services, and you can't pay that punk ass restitution. So how are you him? People on social media be faking the front. They be
Hey,
faking.
Raw. Well, I'll tell you the reason why I still rock with Kevin Samuels and a lot of his talking points, because he laid out a structure for somebody to call themselves or be known as a high value man. And when you were kind of going back and forth with eBlack about, men calling themselves high value and all this other stuff, Kevin Samuels literally said every time he was on the show, you have to hit this criteria to even be considered high value man. And also, and obviously it was his standard, but I think it was a good metric to do that in the American society. And also, he had the Blue Henry thing, so he laid a track for men to follow to where they can be considered high value men. You can't just be like, I earn $100,000 or $150,000, I'm a high value man. No, that's not it. And so that's why I keep hitting my head like, hitting myself on the head when people keep saying everybody say they're high value, blah blah blah. It's just like, well, if they actually hit that criteria that he laid out, like by having a network, by making $100,000 for a certain amount of years, for then I'll be like, okay, you're a high value man. But yes, there's a lot of dudes on here that make $90,000 a year and they banged 20 women last year and they say I'm a high value man. Yeah, that's trash. That's whack. And men need to call those men out.
I mean, American Rifle. What's the difference between 90K and six figures? That's
That's not the point that he's making.
Well, what's your net and what's your gross? That's the difference.
But the point also is these men be on here talking stupid, and a lot of these women on here is gold diggers. They gold diggers because they not taking care of themselves. So I mean, if you got to be the type of person that needs somebody to take care of you, then cool. This shit gonna go to your head. A lot of these talking points gonna tear you soul up if you one of these people that need somebody to take care of you, because you not it. But the thing of it is, if everybody's focusing on doing the right thing, doing what they need to do to be a productive member of society, right? You find yourself in fruitful relationships because the people that are actually surrounding you are on the same path as you.
I mean, yeah, I can. That's why I put myself like my friends. I don't have unemployed people that are my friends, or they have records, or like Daryl Longs that talk all this crap about how well he does and all that stuff.
Nigga, please.
I actually have friends that have jobs, they have families, they have a stable situation to where we can look to we hold each other accountable. That's one. So if I'm messing up, they're gonna be like, hey, AFR, you've been doing this, I noticed this behavior, like what's going on, can I help you? And if not, you cut ties, and that's how you're supposed to be. So hold on, I'll finish, I'll land my plane. And then the last thing is, I can't no woman say, oh, AFR is this, AFR is that, when I have a track record of being a upstanding member of society. And I'm not saying
nigga, please.
But when they go on and talk about, oh, where the real men at, and they do, that don't want to do right and treat women right, it's like, well, we're here. It's just that we don't get your panties wet. And it maybe I'm not the 6 foot ninja warrior dude maybe that you think you deserve. Reasons. There's different reasons why women disqualify certain men, because I'm a non-select man. Okay, I'll tell you that straight up. But the thing about it is, I know. But
hold on, everybody. Aaron, AFR, that's a good diatribe. Ashton, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, American Rifle, I think I got another speed dating show for you coming up. She from Portland. So,
but this is the thing. Who the fuck told y'all that y'all non-select? Who you want to be selected by? You want to be selected by, hold on, because I'm going to step away for a moment. I'm going to give y'all some food for thought while I got to step away. Y'all want to be selected by hoes. Let's just keep the shit a stack. Y'all want to be selected by the big booty bitches with the big fake titties that wear all the weave, that wear all the lashes and all of this and all of that. Stay in y'all fucking lane. Like, who told y'all not select? Like, I don't know. Y'all is funny and shit on this internet, because I'm telling you right now, I ain't never had no problem pulling no type of man that I wanted to pull ever. I wish American
Rifle.
I could pull American Rifle if I wanted to pull him too. Don't get it twisted, but I'm taking.
I'm saying you're not going for American Rifle though. Come on now, bro. Don't lie.
First of all, y'all real nosy and y'all be wanting to know the type of dude that I go for. But at the end of the day, I would never.
He's not under 6 foot. Raw. He's not under 6 foot, right?
Actually, my boyfriend is under 6 foot now. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I wish the freak I would say that I'm not worthy of. This is where y'all got it messed up on social media. You can't hold nobody else accountable, and you are responsible for your own self-esteem. Let's stop playing stupid. Stop the cat. I'll be right back, eBlack.
So American Rifle, I got you for the next speed date. She from Portland, Oregon.
She in the city,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know if I'm like trying to speed date. I'm trying to like talk to somebody right now. Um,
Is her name
and
Keisha?
no, her name is not Keisha. I do not talk to such a person with that name. I have not corresponded or talked or even worried about a person with such name for quite a few months. So yeah, it's somebody different. But yeah. So I might. I'll see what you know. When's the show? Like tomorrow?
Ready? I can't get in touch with you, American Rifle, and I mean she specifically from Portland, Oregon. So I said, hey, and she talk white.
Ooh, you like that? Look at her. Look at that smile.
Listen. Y'all can shame and laugh at me because I want a black woman that has a good command of the English language. Go laugh at me all day. But
And
listen.
look, check this out, American Rifle. She said she played a part in her marriage failing. So I said, so I got to give her credit for being self-aware and having peripheral vision. So I said, damn, I definitely got to hit up American Rifle.
Well, she said she's what? I didn't hear that last part. You kind of went in and out.
Ashton, you're muffled. Either you're talking or you're muffled.
You can't hear me? I'm better now.
Stop talking on your stomach. Oh.
You gotta get this work, nigga.
Yeah, you go get this work.
eBlack, that's wrong, man.
I got him tonight. Don't worry. Am I still muffled though?
But okay, but you say she was involved with something or other?
No. She said that like she played a part in her marriage not working. Like she knows she wasn't perfect. So I said, I give you credit for being self-aware, having peripheral vision. So you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I said I got to hit up American Rifle about this one because that last speed date you ain't do too hot, my brother.
Well, I mean, it was like on the fly, and I was, so it wasn't really structured that well, even though it still was entertaining. Yeah, and also too, I was being attacked too by a couple people.
Nigga, eBlack. Well, okay, sir. Well, I got you a second round, brother.
All right, is Mimi gonna be there?
If you don't want her to be,
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No, she's awesome. She's very intelligent, so I'd like to see her there as well.
You want to shit on your first speed date with your second speed date?
Okay, I don't even know the etiquette to this. So what is this like? Am I supposed to like once I speed date with somebody, I can't talk?
You know what? I'm gonna get Kelly. I'm gonna get Kelly to do a speed date with AFR. We gonna get
Kelly. That sounds familiar.
With all type of dates.
That green vegan right here. This young lady right here in the comment.
Oh,
she's vegan.
Who the hell want to hang with a
vegan? Look, all I'm saying is as long as she don't care about me eating, cows and pigs and meat and grilling stuff.
Sausage. I don't want no turkey sausage.
Turkey sausage is good. I love turkey. So like I love turkey sandwiches. So like after like, anyway, I like turkey sandwiches anyway. So I'm easy to please. I'm really not that difficult. I guarantee you women will like me a lot more than a homosexual.
Yeah, they do.
Please.
Actually, no, that's a lie. Like women love homosexuals nowadays.
No, they love to download men too. Don't forget that part.
Well, see, that's the thing I love about black women who get with these dudes in prison. It's literally a 30% chance he got penetrated while he was in jail, not counting him penetrating other people. So, but this is what black women be doing because it was like just a. Did you see the post? Did you see the post from the chick on Twitter like yesterday that went and picked up her man from a 7-year bid? happy.
No women are begging right for getting booted on the inside is different from getting booted on the outside.
Whatever they say, whatever they need to tell themselves at night to sleep at night, that's fine.
That what they
Nobody,
say in
your
prison.
secret's
I
safe.
only been to jail.
No, I get it, but no, I mean, not every. Well, I'm just saying, not every guy who's been in prison has done stuff, but there's a 30% chance. They've done a couple studies on this, so it's just like, if your man goes to jail, you need to just be like, hey, there's a certain percent that he could have did something. So I don't know what to tell them, but black women don't want to talk about that. They just be like, oh, he my masculine man, my man, and all
they
this other
look
stuff.
Hold on. Let's clean this up. Ashton, what do you think women should be doing in this space? How do you think they should be acquiescing to this space?
They should be washing dishes.
Damn.
My God.
Let me stop for Raw B comeback.
No, look, Raw B. I think Raw B is smart enough to know that she is good washing dishes and being a smart woman. She could do both. She can wash some dishes, and then she could be a nice feminine woman in these streets.
First of all, my man washes dishes.
Damn.
No gender roles.
I was just playing, Raw B. I was just playing.
I cook, he cook. That's the problem. Y'all so stuck on gender roles, and gender roles are antiquated.
Hold on, Raw. I never said a man can't cook and clean at home. Well, the thing about it is, look, this is what I believe. Even if I'm making a majority of the money, and my wife is out there, she's working, she has kids or whatever, she's out there doing her thing too. Of course, I look at it as, yes, I'm the leader, but I can still help out and I can cook a meal. I can make, I'm not a dirty person anyway, so I'm not gonna just be throwing my shit all over the place for a servant to pick up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna put it in the hamper and all that. And like I said, I can wash her clothes every once in a while too. But the main thing is I'm making most of the money, and I'm changing the tires, and I'm getting the making sure Pookie doesn't do anything to her and all this other stuff. Then she's gonna wash the majority of the dishes, and she's gonna wash my drawers, and she's gonna love it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
If that's what you require for a woman, you're right. There's nothing wrong with that, but every man doesn't require that.
I know some guys, they literally they want their mommy to do everything for them, and they can't. And the thing about it is, because I've seen this before, where look, yes, you do make the majority of the money, but if your wife or mother of your children is literally out there busting her butt, keeping the household held and all that stuff, you can help her out every once in a while. She does stuff for you. She probably busts her back a little extra for you and the family. You could possibly cook a meal and wash some clothes every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I mean, I think it's very intriguing how you went to the most negative aspect, right? That some men need their mommy.
Native. Well, I mean, there's mama boys out there. There's a reason why people say that, because I've seen men on that are no compromising, crazy. No, I'm a man, so I can't touch a washing machine, or I can't do this because I'm a man. And it's the same shit about women. I can't defend myself because I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? No, you can pick up a gun and defend yourself in certain aspects. So, but that's just my opinion.
Some men are not tripped off about none of the stuff that y'all tripped off about on this social media. Some men don't give a shit. Wherever they're needed,
and a lot of times they do what they women tell them to do. And I understand.
Again,
they done 50-50 cats.
Again, the negative aspect. Some men look at leadership as they are just going to take care of what needs to be done when it needs to be done. That their role in a family, that their role in a household is not contingent upon the fact that they have a shaft and two balls. Some men are overall positive. Some men are able to have conversations, communicate well, love on their women, build their women up, pour into their women, and take care of everything or nothing dependent upon the situation. The reality is people in these spaces, how they look at relationships is very clear to me why a lot of people don't have successful relationships. Relationships are never 50-50. Relationships are 100-100 every day. Because what happens if your wife becomes severely ill and she can't do anything? She's bedridden. Then you are going to have to be the man that's going to have to clean the whole house, take care of the children, do everything that's required, and make money, and vice versa. If you are a woman and you're with a man, what happens if your 6-figure high value earner or whatever money that he's earning becomes deathly ill and he's bedridden? Then you're going to have to be the earner, and you're going to have to be the one taking care of everything in the family. People are very transactional, and they're narcissistic in the evolution of relationships in America. These
Well,
relationships,
women love in a transactional way anyway. Not to cut you off.
men love in a transactional way as well, like what you just
Nah, I mean maybe now,
said.
but back in the day, men love because they're respected and they're listened to. That's traditionally the thing. It wasn't because
That's transactional though, American Rifle.
So that's not how women. That's not how women love. Women don't love because they're respected and listened to.
No.
they love men because they have resources.
That's actually not true, and it's very interesting how you're having a conversation with a woman, but yet you're going to tell me how women love.
Well, Raw, you're different. You're different. But no, seriously, women love men because they have resources.
No, women love men because they are respected and listened to. Girls use men because they have resources.
So how come there's a whole bunch of women in relationships that literally get smacked in the face every day?
American Life.
No shit.
People that
I
are
was just playing Raw
victims
beat. American
of
Rifle serious.
people that are victims of domestic violence and domestic assault usually have underlying mental health issues, including.
Okay, that was a bad example. I apologize. Yes, that was a bad
No,
example.
it's not that it was a bad example. It's an example that needs to be talked
Extreme.
about. Yeah.
Well, it's
No,
it's an extreme example.
it's not an extreme example because a lot of relationships have spectrums of domestic violence in them all the time, including financial abuse, emotional abuse, so on and so forth, not only physical abuse. And people that stay in relationships where they are not edified are exhibiting some spectrum of mental health disorder. And a lot of people that are on these channels talking about modern relationships have exhibited signs and symptoms of mental health disorders, from paranoid schizophrenia to depression to obsessive compulsive disorder to anxiety to self-deprecating behaviors to psychopathy. Like, there's a lot of things that you can observe in these spaces.
Robbie, what do you think is mine that's stopping me from having
I gotta go eat black. I just
No.
came to show some
No.
love
I
real
want to
quick.
hear Raw. No, I want to hear Robbie first. You can chime in, but I want to hear Raw.
Ashton is leaving. He has to get ready for his show tonight. You going? What time you going on live tonight, Ashton?
I'm gonna go live at 8. And I got a speed dating show tomorrow. So eBlack, if you want to come through tomorrow.
I'm not helping with your.
eBlack's married. He's married.
I'm just saying, if he wanted to, come put his hand in the water, but them young TikTok boys, that they gonna put your ass out there water.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Salute to Ashton for showing up. But go ahead. Y'all go at it.
We got a couple more minutes because I got a show at 9 and I need a whole nap.
I got to get back to work. The white man's looking at. He's giving me the side eye. I'm out here.
You don't want to make an enemy out of me. And I'm looking right into the camera, and I'm going to see it again. You do not want to make an enemy out of me. I'm not having it.
What? You don't work for the white man?
No, I work for the black woman myself. Black woman is God.
Oh.
Shout out to Sim Nation.
No, Daryl, the black woman is not God, but I really appreciate you, and you are showing you are bucking the trend. So that's why I rock with you, Robbie.
Thank you.
But yeah, but you still didn't give me my diagnosis.
Well,
what do you think I exhibit, since you've known me for like damn near almost a year now, of me?
This is for entertainment purposes. I am not a medical professional, and I have never sat in counsel or treatment of AFR. But if I was to make a wager, I would say you suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder. I would say you have anxiety issues, and I would say you also have abandonment issues.
Mm.
You got me on the abandonment one. You definitely got me on that one. Woo, that's good. That was good.
Thank you. I mean, you know, I do tell people I have degrees. They think I don't have them. You know, they think I'm just ratchet because I play a ratchet person on YouTube. But when I went to college and I got my degrees in science, maybe one of the sciences I studied was psychology. But I'm be quiet though. I don't know nothing. I'm just
Ooh. All right, AFR, we're gonna get up out of here because she has to take her nap.
Yeah.
Salute to AFR. Robbie, I appreciate you coming by. I didn't get through most of the stuff I wanted to get through, but I wanted to be respectful of your time. Any parting words on this?
Thanks for having me. We definitely can do a part 2. I really am enjoying the fact that people are taking the time to get to know me. Yeah, I might want to rock with the kid. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The truth is, this is the Matrix, yo. Ain't none of this shit real. What is real is what you experience daily. Please, please, please stop internalizing other people's trauma. You cannot have trauma by proxy. Okay? Go out, live life, take some L's. You have to take L's in order to win.
And I want to give a shout out to Reaper Rails. We're gonna have to time him out for 30 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, we'll give him the 5-minute timeout for such a comment. This jersey is nice. This is that throwback age jersey. What the heck, man? What is he talking about, man? But anyway, anyhow, salute to everybody who showed up. Thank you, Sherry Berry. I appreciate you showing up. I'm glad you did not hit the link. But
This rude. See how y'all do women in the space?
I'm sorry, Sherry. Well, you know, it's early in the afternoon, so you know, maybe we could.
Sherry Berry is the truth. Shout out to Sherry Berry with her sexy ass. Okay, don't let her get into her tequila rose and come up on here and cuss y'all asses out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. She done cursed me out 4 or 5 times, or
she's gonna curse you out 10 more. You done earned 10 more cuss outs today.
Yeah, she probably gonna catch me slipping. But salute to everybody. Like I said, this conversation was really about in regards to reacting to This Might Be Risky. They did a female content creator panel in regards to conversation on why they're here in this space. They answered a lot. They brought a lot of different perspectives. You can see different perspectives, but it's like always, Raw B, Team eBlack over here. She comes through and shows you how to really do a reaction.
You so silly. Nah, you know, I'm for the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Fake people in these spaces, which is in abundance, they're not gonna like me. But they're gonna hate watch. And it's cool. You hate watch me enough, you'll start shedding that fake snake skin. And you'll become a real girl or boy too.
All right, y'all. We're gonna cut it out here.
Good. Good.